okay, like, just doesn't feel real. Like, I keep saying this, but it, like, doesn't feel real. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened. Like, now I'm just, like, going to my second surgery, and I have to go through this shit now, and then, like, everyone's telling me it's my fault. Like, this is just fucked. I broke my leg. I don't know what, my right leg, I broke my leg. And my left leg, I cut my leg down to my bone. Then I did something to my liver and kidney. I broke 3 of my ribs, and I broke my arm, and I broke my spine.
What if I told you that a teenage girl drove her car at 100 miles per hour straight into a brick wall, killing her boyfriend and best friend instantly, while she walked away with minor injuries? What if I told you she had practiced this exact route 7 times in the days leading up to the crash? What if I told you that 10 days before this deadly collision, she was caught on video threatening to kill the very boy she claimed to love? This is the chilling story of Mackenzie Shirilla, an 18-year-old who turned her vehicle into a weapon of mass destruction, orchestrating one of Ohio's most calculated and disturbing double murders disguised as a tragic accident. By the end of this video, you'll understand how jealousy, obsession, and pure evil can drive someone to commit the unthinkable.
No. You want to sit down? Oh my God. Good way to say this. Progress in Alameda, car into a building. 2 are deceased in the vehicle. Daughter's driving. Who died? I don't know whether, but there's one that we don't know. His name's Jacob. Does anyone know Jacob?
Dom? No, stop. Let him talk.
Guys, I know, we've been dealing with this. Your daughter's okay. She's talking to us. I talked to her, okay? Your daughter's alive, okay? Your daughter's alive. She was driving the vehicle, okay?
Who was that? Jacob and who?
I think, what's the name you said?
Dom?
Might be.
Oh my God. Stop.
What's his relation to you? Okay, yeah, then Dom was in the car.
Stop. Oh my God. Are you kidding me?
It's right now, it's an ongoing investigation. Speed is definitely a factor. So are drugs.
Dom is dead? Dom is dead? Is that what you're saying to me? Look at me. Is that Dom is dead?
There's always a way for me to say anything right now, man. This is a serious situation.
Dom with curly. It's the same Dom. Maybe it's a different Dom. It could be a different Dom. Might be a different Dom.
What's that?
Do you know about their third?
No, not at all. Well, we're gonna keep it that way for. Okay,
These are Natalie and John Shirilla, the parents of 18-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla. Just hours before this devastating moment, they received the phone call every parent dreads. Their daughter had been involved in a catastrophic car accident and was being airlifted to the nearest trauma center. What they're about to learn from this police officer will shatter their world forever. Mackenzie's boyfriend, 20-year-old Dominic Russo, along with their mutual friend, 19-year-old Davion Flanagan, had been pronounced dead at the scene of the crash. In an instant, Mackenzie had transformed from a victim of a tragic accident into the prime suspect in what would become a double homicide investigation. However, law enforcement initially harbored serious doubts about any criminal intent. The events leading up to this tragedy began on what should have been a night of celebration. 17-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla, her boyfriend Dominic Russo, and their close friend Davion Flanagan had made plans to attend a local high school party. With Mackenzie's 18th birthday just 2 days away, the trio had decided to go out and mark this milestone. At approximately 2 o'clock in the morning, Mackenzie and Dominic were observed smoking at the party. At some point during the evening, Mackenzie reportedly approached the party's host and offered them psychedelic mushrooms. This behavior was completely out of character for Mackenzie, as those who knew her well had never witnessed her using illegal substances, much less distributing them to others. The group remained at the initial party location until approximately 3:30 in the morning, then drove across town to another friend's residence. For slightly over an hour, the 3 friends watched episodes of South Park and enjoyed each other's company. As dawn approached, around 5 o'clock in the morning, Mackenzie announced that she felt it was time to head home. However, what happened next would later be identified by investigators as one of the first clear indicators that something was amiss. Instead of allowing Dominic to drive, as was typically the case, Mackenzie specifically requested to take the wheel herself. This request struck those present as unusual, but Dominic ultimately agreed. The situation became even more peculiar when Davion asked for a ride home. Initially, Mackenzie flatly refused to allow him into the vehicle, creating uncomfortable tension among the group. After what witnesses described as a heated argument, Dominic intervened and managed to convince Mackenzie to take Davion home, despite her obvious reluctance. This decision would prove to be fateful for all three young people involved. As the three friends departed, surveillance cameras would capture what would become crucial evidence. At the intersection of Pearl Road and Progress Drive, CCTV footage shows Mackenzie's vehicle making a deliberate turn that would take them off the direct route to Davion's home. Instead of continuing straight along Pearl Road, the car made a sharp turn onto Progress Drive, a dead-end street that terminated abruptly at a solid brick wall. What the surveillance footage captured next would become the centerpiece of the prosecution's case. The camera recorded her vehicle beginning to accelerate rapidly, transforming from a leisurely 30 miles per hour to an aggressive speed exceeding 90 miles per hour in a matter of seconds. This wasn't gradual acceleration that might be explained by a loss of control. This was deliberate, sustained acceleration that continued right up until impact. In the final seconds before the collision, the footage shows an intense, swerving maneuver. The vehicle appeared to narrowly avoid colliding with a large tree, but this evasive action came too late to prevent the ultimate tragedy. The car slammed into the brick wall with devastating force, traveling at approximately 100 miles per hour. What made this crash particularly disturbing to investigators was the complete absence of any skid marks or evidence of braking on the roadway. In typical accident scenarios, drivers instinctively attempt to slow their vehicles when they realize danger is imminent. The lack of such evidence suggested either complete incapacitation or no attempt whatsoever to avoid the collision. The scene that greeted first responders was one of utter devastation. The vehicle had been so severely damaged that it was barely recognizable. Inside the mangled wreckage, officers quickly identified three occupants. In the front passenger seat, 20-year-old Dominic Russo was found deceased, having suffered injuries incompatible with life. In the rear of the vehicle, 19-year-old Davion Flanagan was also discovered to be deceased. However, one person had survived the devastating crash. Mackenzie Shirilla, the driver, was found alive but seriously injured behind the wheel. While her injuries were significant, they were not immediately life-threatening, and she remained conscious and responsive to first responders. One aspect of the crash scene would later prove paramount. Mackenzie was the only occupant wearing a seatbelt at the time of collision. This detail would become crucial evidence in determining whether the crash had been intentional or accidental. If Mackenzie's intention had been suicide by crashing the vehicle, it would have been highly unusual for her to take the precaution of securing her seatbelt. In the weeks following the crash, certain aspects of Mackenzie's behavior began to strike observers as unusual and concerning. Most notably, she completely failed to attend either Dominic's or Davion's funeral services, despite having been in a romantic relationship with Dominic and maintaining a close friendship with Davion. Instead of participating in the grieving process, Mackenzie turned to social media, where she began bragging about her drug use, claiming she could consume more drugs than anyone and still survive. These posts were particularly disturbing given that drug use had been suspected as a contributing factor to the accident. Perhaps the most shocking display occurred on October 31st, 2022, when Mackenzie attended her first party since the crash. Her Halloween costume was a detailed corpse, complete with fake blood smeared across her mouth. The symbolism was lost on no one. Someone who had recently survived a crash that killed two young men choosing to dress as death itself. The community reaction was swift and overwhelmingly negative. Even more troubling was her parents' response when confronted. Rather than acknowledging the inappropriateness, they publicly defended her decision, saying she deserved to have some fun after the accident. Another concerning aspect was the mysterious appearance of significant unexplained income. Despite having no documented employment, Mackenzie suddenly began spending thousands of dollars on designer clothing and luxury items, openly displaying her purchases on social media. Despite growing concerns about Mackenzie's behavior, law enforcement had not yet launched a full criminal investigation. However, that changed dramatically when Dominic's family came forward with evidence that would completely transform the case. While going through Dominic's personal possessions, his family discovered a video recording on his phone made just 10 days before the fatal crash. This 15-minute video captured an interaction between Dominic and Mackenzie that revealed the true nature of their relationship and provided compelling evidence of premeditation. In the video, Mackenzie could be clearly seen and heard making repeated, explicit threats against Dominic's life. Her behavior is aggressive, controlling, and deeply disturbing, showing a side of her personality that had apparently been hidden from most of their acquaintances. The language used is unambiguous and directly threatening, with Mackenzie making specific statements about harming Dominic. But the video was only the beginning. Dominic's family also provided access to text message conversations containing additional threats, confirming a pattern of escalating violence and intimidation. These messages revealed that Mackenzie had explicitly threatened to kill Dominic on multiple occasions leading up to the crash. Based on this evidence, law enforcement made the decision to reopen the case and reclassify it as a homicide investigation. What had initially been classified as a tragic accident was suddenly revealed to be something far more sinister, a carefully planned double murder disguised to look accidental. With the case reclassified as double homicide, law enforcement began conducting detailed interviews with anyone who might have information about Mackenzie's behavior or her relationship with the victims. One of the first individuals interviewed was Tyler, Mackenzie's former boyfriend. His testimony proved particularly illuminating, painting a picture of someone who was manipulative, unpredictable, and potentially dangerous. He described her as mentally not all there, and expressed his belief that the crash had been a deliberate suicide attempt that failed. Perhaps most disturbing was Tyler's testimony about Mackenzie's alleged involvement in occult practices. He told investigators that Mackenzie had claimed to practice voodoo and had boasted about casting spells on Dominic to prevent him from breaking up with her. According to Tyler, she had obtained a piece of Dominic's hair and created a voodoo doll, which she believed would give her supernatural control over him. Perhaps the most compelling testimony came from Dominic's brother, who provided investigators with detailed information about the troubled relationship between his brother and Mackenzie. His account revealed a pattern of escalating abuse and intimidation that had been building for months. According to Dominic's brother, Mackenzie had made repeated threats to harm Dominic whenever he attempted to end their relationship. She had explicitly stated that if she couldn't have him, no one could, and she had threatened to kill both him and herself rather than allow him to be with someone else. The brother recounted a particularly alarming incident that had occurred just days before the crash. During this incident, Mackenzie had physically assaulted Dominic while he was driving on a highway, forcing him to pull over and call for help. She had threatened to cause a crash during that earlier incident, essentially rehearsing the method she would later use. Around this time, investigators gained access to Mackenzie's cellular phone and other digital devices. The examination would provide some of the most damning evidence and help explain the mysteries that had emerged. The analysis revealed several categories of disturbing evidence. First, investigators discovered numerous photographs of Mackenzie posing with large amounts of cash, despite having no documented employment or legitimate income source. The phone also contained fake identification documents designed to help her pass as an adult. Most concerning was the discovery of Snapchat conversations in which Mackenzie had apparently been offering sexual services in exchange for money. In messages dated July 22nd, 2022, just days before the crash, she had quoted specific prices for photographs and in-person meetings. The phone also revealed extensive evidence of reckless driving behavior occurring for months before the fatal crash. Videos showed her speeding at dangerous velocities, smoking marijuana while driving, recording Snapchat videos while not paying attention to the road, deliberately crashing during practice runs and laughing about it, and generally treating her vehicle as a potentially lethal weapon. Perhaps the most damning evidence came from analysis of Mackenzie's phone's location data. By examining GPS tracking information, investigators were able to reconstruct her movements in the days leading up to the crash. What they discovered was shocking. In the days immediately preceding the crash, Mackenzie had driven down Progress Drive, the exact route that would become the murder scene, a total of 7 different times. These reconnaissance trips showed she had been carefully studying the route, timing her approach, and planning the exact method she would use to carry out the murders while making them appear accidental.
You're under arrest for aggravated murder ×2, okay? Nobody's gonna ask you any questions. Nobody's gonna bother you. Can I have your key, please?
Could you please be careful taking this one off so it doesn't break the bracelet, please?
You got it. You got it. No.
Thank you.
You got it. Yeah, just keep your hands right here. I'm not gonna tighten these, okay? We don't want to hurt you.
I'm right by that black mat.
Straightforward.
Yep. Okay, Mackenzie, I'm gonna take your handcuffs off. I need like all the jewelry and everything to come off, okay?
I can't wear any of it.
No, I need you to take it off while you're in jail right now.
I can't wear these.
No, unfortunately, everything's gonna have to come off right now once we know when the detective comes back and we know for sure what's going on. Everything's gonna be bagged up here. It's not going anywhere.
Sorry, this is like one of those which is really hard to get off.
That's fine. Take your time.
Armed with overwhelming evidence, law enforcement obtained warrants for Mackenzie's arrest. On November 4th, 2022, more than 3 months after the fatal crash, officers were dispatched to take 18-year-old Mackenzie Shirilla into custody. The arrest took place at her family home during early morning hours. Detective Hazu, the lead investigator, personally informed Mackenzie that she was under arrest for aggravated murder ×2. As she was placed in handcuffs, Mackenzie appeared relatively calm and composed, showing little of the emotional distress expected from someone facing such serious charges. During the booking process, Mackenzie remained largely cooperative but showed little emotion or apparent concern about the gravity of her situation. She asked officers to be careful with memorial jewelry related to Dominic, though the irony of wearing memorial jewelry for someone she had allegedly murdered was not lost on investigators.
At this time, the state has provided full disclosure of discovery. I have received an offer from the defense and my supervisors marked this file. The state's proposed resolution of the case would be for the defendant to plead guilty to counts 3, 4, and 11 as charged. Counts 3 and 4 are both titled murder. They are murder B under 2903.02B. Count 11 is drug possession of felony of the 5th degree under 29.5.11A. That's my understanding. The defense is not interested in the plea at this time, and we are set for trial August 7th.
That's correct, Your Honor. I went on Monday and discussed this at great length with Mackenzie. The week before that, with her parents present, talked with her today, and it's her desire that she does not want to plead to 2 counts of murder.
And Mackenzie, are you satisfied with the lawyer so far? You can say so. Yes, Your Honor. Anything that we have to discuss? The trial's coming up soon. Any issues? Any discovery problems? Anything we need to talk about?
From my position, Your Honor, no. We've turned over everything. I gave Mr. McDonald a few items today, but we'll be ready to go forward on the 7th.
Mr. McDonald, anything on your end that you need?
Following her arrest, Mackenzie was assigned legal counsel and began navigating the criminal justice system. Her case would be handled in adult court, given the serious nature of charges and her age at the time of offenses. During her first court appearance, she appeared composed but subdued as charges were officially read. She faced 4 counts of murder, 4 counts of felonious assault, 2 counts of aggravated vehicular homicide, 1 count of drug possession, and 1 count of possessing criminal tools. If convicted on all counts, she faced the possibility of life in prison. The decision was made to try Mackenzie as an adult due to the calculated nature of the crimes and overwhelming evidence of premeditation. In a significant strategic decision, her defense team chose to waive her right to a jury trial, opting to have her case decided by a judge alone. The prosecution's case was built around extensive evidence of premeditation and planning. Prosecutors argued that far from being a tragic accident or moment of reckless behavior, the crash had been a carefully orchestrated double murder designed to eliminate Dominic and Davion while allowing Mackenzie to survive and avoid detection.
We are not allowed to talk about anything.
Well, we need a new lawyer is what we need.
No, not a new lawyer. We're going to file an appeal, okay?
No, and we need to get another lawyer. Look up.
Yes, that is what it is. Okay? Don't worry about anything. Okay? I can't talk about anything on the phone, Pumpkin. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I can't talk about any. Please don't say anything on the phone. It could ruin the appeal. Okay? I don't know. But we're not done yet, okay? And I can't talk about anything. So just have trust in us, please. Okay? But I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I knew this was going to happen. I knew it. I knew it.
I didn't. I thought it wasn't going to happen.
I mean, well, I guess I shouldn't say I knew it. I had a feeling. I just had a feeling because I just can't say anything on the phone. And we don't even get to talk privately, so we'll just have to talk about it later, okay? So I'm glad you're on the protective floor.
Why? Okay? I just asked to get moved today.
No, I talked to the warden this morning. It's not up to you.
I talked to the corporal.
Oh, no. Well, she said it's not up to you. You got to stay.
Okay, well, I asked to talk to the corporal. So.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I did talk to the corporal.
And?
And I might get moved.
Okay, well, whatever. Okay.
He's looking into it.
Okay. But I love you, and just please trust us. Trust us. That's all I can say. Trust that we will never, ever, never stop. Ever, never.
I don't want you guys to go broke fighting for me for a lost cause.
We won't. It's not a lost cause, first of all. And we won't, Kenzie. We won't. I promise. I promise. And it's not a lost cause. Don't ever say that to Mama. Ever, never again. Okay? Everybody knows what's going on here.
And then how she just was like, clearly she did this on purpose. Clearly.
I know,
like,
baby. Kenzie, we can't talk about anything. Please don't say anything else, please.
Look up, I think it's like Scott Ramsey. That's like a really good lawyer they told me about. I have a godmom in here now, so.
You do? Ooh.
Yes. She went home today, but I met her before I went to court, and she gave me a hug, and she's like, I'll be your godmom. She's like, look up Scott Ramsey. So I just feel like that was a sign.
Okay. Please don't talk about anything, no. Everything. I mean, they're listening to everything. Okay. So, just breathe through this week, and we're going to talk all the time. Okay? You know the routine, and we'll just keep fighting, and we're not going to go broke, I promise. Okay?
We just need to figure this out.
And then, if we have to, move to be closer to you, then we'll move, and at least I don't have to drive by their house every dang day. So, that would actually be a plus for me. Okay.
Miss Peggy texted me.
Good. Don't talk about anything in the messages either, though, right?
I just said, I love you so much.
Yeah. Don't talk about anything, nothing that went on in there. Just keep it super, super bland and blah. Right? Yeah, she was crying her brains out.
It was
a travesty, Peggy.
Yes, I just didn't even think that was going to happen, and she just made it seem like I was just a murderer.
I know, sweetie. Don't talk about anything, okay? I know. I'm so sorry. Everybody knows you're not, and I know it doesn't matter because you're in here, okay? But people know, and we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna file it and just fight.
Like, how much time do you think I'm gonna get?
Oh, I'm sure they're gonna probably. I'll give you. I don't know, baby. I'm sure they're gonna go with the max.
The max?
Okay. Whatever the max is. I mean, they're being off the charts. It's just, I don't even know. I don't even want to go there. It doesn't matter because we're going to fight. Okay? I mean, I guess it does matter, but...
We need, like, a protest about this or something.
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I'm so sorry. If Dom, oh my God, Dom would be flipping the fuck out right now, Pumpkin.
I know. I can imagine him.
Oh my God. Are you out? I mean, did they let you make a call? Did you just get back? What's happening?
No, this is like me just in my time out. I've been back in my room and I talked to mental health.
Oh, good. They have that?
Yeah, but it wasn't that helpful.
Well, that's okay. You guys are establishing a relationship, so it's going to be kind of weird. I didn't know they had that.
Yeah.
Are you in general population today?
Yeah.
What's happening? So you don't have to go in your room the whole time?
No, I do have to be in my room while the other groups are out, but...
It's better?
Yeah.
Did you get commissary today? You're supposed to get it today.
Oh, thank you.
You ask somebody when your commissary comes?
I don't know when my comm's coming.
Ask them, because the warden said maybe today. And then, you can start writing your book.
Who is that? They need to shut up. Who the fuck is that? Shut up. She annoying as fuck. Like, why is she talking about that weird ass shit? Shut the fuck up. I don't like her.
Just listen. I don't want you to say anything. Don't repeat anything that anybody said in that room. Nothing to anybody. Promise me.
I won't.
Okay.
Who was all at court?
There was lots. So many people couldn't even come in. Grace and Shelby came. It was too many people, so they couldn't come in. A couple other people from church. There were too many people, and they couldn't come in.
During months leading up to trial, Mackenzie remained in custody, where all communications were monitored and recorded. These conversations provided additional insights into her mindset and level of remorse. In phone calls with her mother, Mackenzie's primary concerns appear to center around her own comfort and convenience rather than genuine remorse for lost lives. She complained about jail conditions, expressed frustration with the legal process, and seemed more concerned about impact on her own life than devastating effects on victims' families.
Mackenzie alone decided to push the pedal to the floor and demand the ultimate speed of that vehicle to 90 to 100 miles per hour. Mackenzie decided death was the ultimate goal that day, and she alone made that decision for Dominic and Davion. Her actions were controlled, methodical, deliberate, intentional, and purposeful. This was not reckless driving. This was murder.
After considering all evidence presented during trial, the judge concluded that the prosecution had proven its case beyond reasonable doubt. The evidence of premeditation, particularly GPS data showing reconnaissance trips, was found particularly compelling and impossible to explain through innocent interpretation. On August 14th, 2023, almost exactly 1 year after the crash, Mackenzie Shirilla was found guilty on all counts. During sentencing, victims' families provided powerful impact statements describing ongoing devastation caused by their losses. The judge ultimately concluded that the nature of crimes and evidence of premeditation required a sentence reflecting both punishment and deterrent effect. He noted that using a vehicle as a murder weapon represented particularly dangerous violence that could not be tolerated. Ultimately, Mackenzie Shirilla was sentenced to 15 years to life in prison, with possibility of parole after serving the minimum term. She was transferred to the Ohio Reformatory for Women, where she will serve her sentence. Her first opportunity for parole consideration will come in October 2037. The Mackenzie Shirilla case offers several important lessons for law enforcement, families, and communities. It demonstrates the critical importance of taking threats of violence seriously, regardless of the age or apparent harmlessness of the person making them. If you found this case as shocking and disturbing as I did, please consider subscribing to Dark Trail Files for more deep dive investigations into true crime cases that have shocked communities and challenged our understanding of human nature. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest content. And let me know in the comments what case you'd like us to cover next. Your support helps us continue bringing you the detailed, respectful coverage these important stories deserve. Until next time, stay safe out there.